Fishing out here, and today we are back on Lake Winnipeg, obviously, and we're gonna rip a lipless crankbait. We actually have my wife here today. She wanted to see how my kayak fishing was done.
They do. Do people ever kayak fish with bait?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, people kayak fish with bait all the time. Bait's still the most popular way to fish. Without a doubt. But I find if I'm using artificial stuff,
You're more likely to catch the fish you want.
not necessarily that. I'm more likely to end up spending way more money on lures, but way less time baiting, and ultimately that probably saves money over time. I don't see anything under me, but I'm going to switch to the flasher just to see. Oh yeah, there's some stuff down there. So we're going to play the vertical game as per usual at the end of the cast. So we're on 13 feet, so that's a pretty good depth, you know, to potentially find some stuff. I think we got some stuff moving up, actually. With the drift, I'm basically casting a lipless crankbait. So we'll see what happens. With the perfect depth for some vertical jigging right now. It's, as you can see, it's the golden hour. All the tree tops are golden, lit up. So oh, was that current or was that? Something taking a swing at me? It can be pretty hard to tell. There's definitely stuff down here. I'm gonna assume drum. And probably some walleye, probably some shiners.
How big are shiners?
Well, emerald shiners are the most common bait minnow sold here.
Do they only get to like minnow size and full grown?
Yeah, they're not true minnows. They're Natropis.
Okay.
So they're their own family. But right, so we're at our next spot out here. We're a bit deeper. Just ripping a crankbait, a lipless crankbait. Not much different than my vertical jigging, but that felt different. Did I hook my line? Am I hooked on myself? Yep. Oh, yep, we just got significantly deeper. We're on 19 feet, hard pack bottom.
Like there's something that just jumped behind your boat.
Decent size or?
Yeah.
Drum looking?
It didn't fully come out of the water. I just saw the head.
Might be a pike. Shorten that to a 20-foot range. Oh, that is a 20-foot range. Well, I don't think we have any takers here. So bring her out of the water. And make a cast. I can't tell whether the waves are pulling us in that way or taking us that way.
Seems like the current's pulling us that way.
Yeah. which is kind of a weird way for it to be pulling us, but because usually it's pulling us that way, but hell, tide's a bit different. Yeah, because it's turning me bow that way. Because it's turning me bow out that way. I gotta finish everything off with a little bit of the vertical game. I like the vertical game. Yeah. Well, there you have it. Somebody other than me to tell you that Lake Winnipeg is weird. Huh? Behind me?
That way.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can see the storm out that way. I'm gonna get stuff out of your way so you can see. But between the island and the mainland, if you look back in the distance, you can see the storm rolling in. But the wind has shifted direction 4 times since we've been out here. Alright, so I'm switching to a scatter wrap. This is a size 11. In my opinion, probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest, minnow bait to fish. Not gonna cast like a bullet off of a kayak, but do a pretty nice job. You can either do the stop, snap, or literally just cast and retrieve, and it'll dive to about 9 feet and provide very erratic action on its own. Obviously, as with most lipped crankbaits, it's going to dive deeper the faster you reel. The opposite of lipless or jig or spinner baits, which are obviously going to run shallower. No, we have an east wind, don't we? Northeast? As I noticed, it's pushing us this way. That also means the current changed, because usually the current's running that way. Southeast? That's north that way, so... Well, yeah, that would explain why it's pushing us the way it is. It's kind of pushing us towards Sandy. You don't want to get stuck up in there right now. You don't want to get stuck up in there right now. It is a mess. Okay, so we got some weird currents going on here, but a current that typically actually pulls you north or pulls you south is going north. The wind is mostly north now, which is better than west. Like, it's kind of choppy out, but it's not the weird wind anymore. I mean, that obviously, how do you think kayak fishing started? Yeah, what people tend to do if they're using one of those is they pull out the back, like they open it up, and they secure like a milk crate in the well behind them. And they actually like install the rod holders that I have here, the flush mount ones. They like mount those inside the milk crate, and they store all their tackle in the milk crate. And obviously anything else goes up in the bungees. On the topic of bungees, Ascend, if I'm giving you this little bit of advice, if you decide to revise this boat in the future, either find a different method of mounting the covers, go to a hard cover or something, or, well, don't go to a hard cover because it's kind of nice to stretch them when you got stuff under them, but maybe switch to oh, we got a fish, we got a fish, we got a fish. That's a sauger.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a sauger.
Sauger walleye. They still look the same in profile.
Sanders canadensis, not Sanders vitreous.
I know, but I said they still look the same in profile.
That is true. Really get to people. Pickerel. And there's a ton more under me.
Ooh.
Man, he ate that lure, huh?
Look at the difference. How do you tell?
Okay, so so you notice, you see the bottom of the tail there?
Yeah.
You see how there's a slight white stripe,
Yeah, I see that.
but there's no white blotch right there. On a walleye, that entire tip is white.
Oh, okay.
And
Is that the only difference?
also, walleye are a solid gold color,
And that one is sort of gray mottled.
or in Lake Winnipeg, frequently they have the green back with the gold on the side.
Okay.
And they can have some striping, but it's very faint, whereas you see the actual patterning
Yeah, I see it.
on this guy.
Yeah.
And if you see the dorsal fin,
Yeah, it's got spots.
it has spots. Walleyes do not have spots.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for showing me. Thank you, Fishy.
Although if you're catching to keep, it really doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah.
Because it's a combined limit, right?
Yeah. I saw that.
So if you're catching to keep, as long as you're at legal size,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter unless you're keeping track. But that was 12 feet of water, no, 11 feet of water. I'm in 12 feet now, but that was 11 feet of water. Gold shiner, live target gold shiner rattle bait. Vertically jigged, kind of. It's almost like casting with the way the current moves you. Oh, that's a nice bite. That's a nice fish. Oh, yeah. What did I hook into? Is that a pike? It wants to suck down kind of like a pike. Dude, if I got a catfish, it hit mid-water column. Okay. Mid-water column? On lures? No, I mean this guy hit me mid-water column. It's a drum. It's a drum. There you go. Hey, pretty decent. I'd put her in the pretty decent, not huge category. Huh?
That's a nice size one.
Yeah.
These drum are really pretty, actually. I don't know why people think they're ugly.
I have the same opinion. Whoa, in the light you can really see the iridescence. Yeah, that was fun. There you go, bud. Back in the water with you. Okay, that was fun.
I heard that one run a bit.
Yeah. Anytime you get a solid run, it's fun. It wanted to suck down, like. That's a very pike thing to do. In my experiences, they want to suck down to the bottom. Haha. Okay, that was a good fight. And kayaks add such a different level of intensity to the fights too. Because you're actually getting pulled by fish that you would normally just pull in. Sorry if the yelling is a bit intense. Pack up, head in. Alright, time Tell them what you saw, Nick.
Pardon?
Tell YouTube what you saw in the yard.
I just saw the cougar. The one that we'd been hearing at around Christmas time. Or not Christmas time, like February.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not very big though. She's tiny and I'm bigger than her. This time.
Yeah.